Hi everyone, this is Anna. Today I want to show you a little bit of the sculpting mode in Fusion. I'm now working for the F1 in Schools Pressure Challenge for the World Finals in Austin. First I'm going to show you what I've been doing to the Mustang's car from last year. Now I'm working on our front airfoil. So this is kind of a beginner's class slash introduction to Fusion. I'm still exploring the software myself, so it's nothing too advanced. If you have any questions regarding what I'm doing or just general questions about Fusion, feel free to comment below. I'll be more than happy to help you. So yeah, let's do it. I hope this is helpful for you to start Fusion. Okay, so here is how our car looked like in the World Finals, and this was the inspiration to turn the car into like a futuristic kind of look. First thing I did was to insert a mesh from a STL file of our model from last year, and then I used it as a guideline and I started modeling around it. So here you can see that I'm just turning on and off the visibility, which is a feature I really like in Fusion because it's just so easy for you to work in, and you can just make things disappear and appear really easily. So now we're going to have a look at the working space of Fusion. As you can see here, I cannot go into the model workspace, and that's because there is an arrow in of overlapping surfaces. So I'm gonna try and fix that. As you can see, it's highlighted in red, and if you click on top of the face, the surface, there's an edit feature there. Those arrows that appear allow you to move the surface left to right, up and down. Then you kind of just play around as if it's like clay or Play-Doh. I really like the workflow of Fusion in the sculpting module because of this. I think it's quite fun and really easy to work on. So now I'm just trying to fix that arrow and just make the front of the car look more like what I want. Let's just move this bit here. So there is an option for symmetry. So as you can see, that green line means that whatever I do in one side of the car, it will replicate on the other side, which makes modeling really easy. Now I want to bring this front part a bit forward. So I click there and I just grab it and pull it to the position where I want it to be. Yeah, this looks a bit nicer now. A bit down. Just looking around and see how it looks. Now I want to give it a bit more of continuity to the car body. So I'm trying to take this surface and unify it more with the car body that I have already modeled before. So you can see you can just rotate it up and down without changing the size or overall shape of the surface. Then you can just bring it up or down without rotation. So I feel it's a very intuitive work space. Here I'm just moving it a bit to the back, a bit up, and rotate. That doesn't look quite how I want it to be, so I put it a bit towards the back. Maybe rotate a bit more. Starting to get better. Let's see. Finishing form, it allows me to maybe I have another arrow. Yeah, there it is. Let's try and fix that. So you click return. My computer is a bit slow here. Okay, so we zoom in, we see the arrow there. Now we can turn off the visibility so that we can work better, and you see that that's overlapping there, the surfaces. If I move it back again, you see this zone here. Okay, so now should be fixed. Maybe not. Okay, let's try it again. So if I rotate, oh here, okay, so in the previous position I couldn't clearly see, but there's a little bit overlapping there, so I just need to pull this up to fix the problem. Again, we click edit. I want to give it thickness, so I don't want to move everything up, so I don't use the arrow, I use the square, and you see that's still overlapping, and now it's not. So yeah, turn the visibility on there, checking. Let's just give it a bit more thickness just in case. I think that should be okay. Let's give it another go. I think it worked. Yeah, okay, great. So no arrows now. So we are now in as a solid body environment. We're not like modeling as before. So now to continue modeling, I go back. So here I'm just showing you the different workspaces that you have, the rendering when your model is finishing, animations if you want to do some videos, some simulations, and of course cam. But now let's try and do the rest of the front airfoil. So edit form. I'm gonna look at the model we want. So you see the front airfoil is very thin and just simplistic. So here in create you can create various shapes. I just want a regular rectangle to start with, and I select my working plane. I adjust the position so I have a good view of my model, and I just roughly draw my rectangle. Okay, without the visibility of that middle part, you can clearly see how the shape is turning up. Yep. And here I can add more edges or reduce the number of edges in both three directions. Now I'm extending, making it wider, just trying to make it as similar as the model I want right now, so that it's easier for me to modify it after. So now I'm just moving the shape just to the position I want, not modifying it at all. A bit of rotation, and I think that looks about right. Just checking all directions. So now I want this front part to be smaller, thinner than the rear part of the ring, the front wing. So I can select these edges by double click on them, and I just give it a bit more shape. I want this to go back. It's too much. That's good. Now if I double click, you see it selects all around, and I can just make the shape smoother by pushing all the edges towards the back. Now I turn on the visibility of everything. That looks about right. Now I'm going to do a symmetry and duplicate this shape to the other side of the car. So I choose the body and the working plane, and there we go. Click OK. Let's see. So you also have symmetry internal, which means that whatever you do to one part of the front airfoil, it will replicate on the other part as well. Here I was just trying to do that symmetry, but because I already used it, it means it's already working. I didn't realize that. So yeah, da, da, da. And now I'm just trying to make the front wing to be more integrated with the car design, and I'm gonna push it a bit towards the center so it's not as notorious, like so obvious. That is like a different body, so I want it to be more integrated there. And this looks a bit better now. Just looking around. So I realized I want it maybe a little thinner and not as angled. So I'm gonna modify the rear part of the wing now. That's not quite the shape I was looking for. Maybe if I select some surfaces. So here, if you select from left to right, to select just the parts that are completely within the selection, but if you select from right to left, it will select everything that the selection touches. So you can just go and try it out. It's quite useful and really easy for you to select stuff. So yeah, let's select everything we want to. Below the wing as well. And now let's just make this thing a bit lower. Oh, that's not right. Rotate it. Whoops. There we go. A bit smaller, lower, and that looks more like what I was looking for. Turn on the visibility again, and we have our solid body. So yeah, that looks about right. Finish form. Thank you for being with me here, guys. I hope this was helpful. Please leave your questions below. And I'll see you next time for rendering, maybe.